We certainly got 27 minutes of Amy's opinions today. And I'm going to address some of them right now. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. Well, I really am. I was up to about 2 in the morning last night, and Brother Theo and I are working on another. He's doing another chapter or segment of, excuse me, Saving Caring, which takes it out of you when you work that late. Had a wonderful night the night before last, which you read in the article, The Dinner. Oh, so let's address some things about Amy's little deal. Okay. The one thing that stood out predominantly to me was her assertion that she and she alone was responsible for what happened to Officer Truce, which is absolutely untrue. I don't know what the man's problems were within the law enforcement community, but she did not take the stand, and her case was in fact not part of that deal, according to what we can find on records. The other thing is she insinuates during the video that he was lurking about a school with school children. Now, Amy said that she was arrested twice in a certain location. I think it was Kingwood, the same location and everything. I would like to know the proximity of those two arrests and the proximity of the school where Officer Truce's wife apparently teaches. And then I would like to know if possibly little Markel may go to that school, which would lead us to the assumption that maybe there might have been a little stalking going on here, that maybe she'd been warned off, maybe she's got some kind of a court order on her not to go around within 500 yards. And I don't know. I haven't checked that out, but the logic seems to be there. Now, let's talk about Texas law just a little bit. I'm not going to go through and bore you to tears like she does with the whole long story about the stuff in the shed, but I am going to say this. I did confer with authorities because I honestly didn't know how to get rid of the stuff. And basically the stuff was abandoned. And again, I will say I never touched the stuff. But under Texas law, when she abandoned it, and I mean abandoned, we're not talking about she left on a 3-day trip and came back and I'd already sold this stuff. We're talking a year plus months, maybe close to 2 years that she just never came surfaced. And then she went underground for 5 years. Okay, so that tells you that this stuff was there for a full minute. Okay. Under Texas law, I could have taken that stuff and set up a yard sale because that was no longer her stuff, it was my stuff. And I could have just sold it, put the money in my pocket. I did not do this, okay? I do get tired of listening to all the threats about police reports and going to prison and Creepy Wilbur and Robert Beatty and all that because it's all lies. It's all lies. All is happening, and if you notice, I never threaten her on this. She mentions my name. She accuses me of crimes. She lies. She does all these things. And all I do is I come here and I address each thing she said, each thing. Okay? Simple. That's all I do. She continues to lie, and she says it begins to creep out while she blatantly denies she's ever been in a mental institution and yet say that she's been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. She blatantly says that a judge gave a doctor permission to just basically take custody of her. She did that several videos ago. Okay, that is non-voluntary committal is what that is. Okay, she is on the watch list for the Houston Police Department as a mental patient. In other words, like I said, all large police departments have a whole nest of these people like this that call in, and the whole world's after them. That's called paranoia. Okay, that's called paranoia. But the whole world's after them. There's a great, immense conspiracy that these people are fighting, and they're always fighting for justice. And of course, God gets thrown in there, you know. And the corrupt system, the good old boy system, Governor Perry, Governor Abbott, Ken Paxton, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay? Do the statistics, like I said yesterday. If the the entire Houston Police Department, the office of the district attorney and all of his associates and assigns, all the doctors, all the psychiatrists, all the radio stations, everybody is out to get Amy Sherone. She can't leave a paper trail. She can't leave I'm just scared to leave a paper trail and everything. But she's not afraid to act like she's filing one police report after another. She's not afraid to go to the ER, where she's supposedly going to use the restroom in a Starbucks, and the Hells Angels attack her with chains and whip her all over the place. But nobody saw it because the evil police department showed up and seized the security tapes and destroyed them. A lawyer takes her very valuable evidence and takes it to copy and never comes back, okay? All these people are in this vast conspiracy to destroy Amy Sherone. You followers of Amy Sherone, ask yourself, is this literally feasible? Okay? She lost her kid, Markel, because she was found to have Munchausen syndrome by proxy. She invented one disease after another that the little girl was supposed to have. She was in the ER all the time. The family got tired of it and they took the kid. She never got the kid back. She hasn't seen the kid. The kid is with the grandparents, and that is the end of it. And she always mentions me as I'm some kind of master criminal. The latest wrinkle in her blanket was that I called her and I tricked her into getting all of her valuable items out of a shed and brought them in and tricked her into bringing them up here solely so I could steal them and take the money. Is that feasible? It's not feasible because it never happened. It never happened. And she's now beginning to admit, oh, these people really aren't bodyguards, okay? No, they never have been. They're boyfriends. They're people that she picks up. That's who they really are, okay? And she says, Stephen Steele and I never said we were married, when I've got it right here on YouTube in her own voice. You can say, well, yeah, I'll say it, that he's actually my husband under the common laws of the state of Texas and blah, 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 in her own voice. Now, let's get into the rant. I don't know what she's on. I'm not even going to venture what she's taking, okay? But I will know when I see chatter like I've seen in this last video, it's something stronger than a good cup of coffee. I will say that. It is something stronger than that. It's just over and over and over again. And it's not going anywhere. Because all she's doing is she's digging her own hole, trying to twist words like the video I made years ago, Amy is gone. It was so simple. Once I got her out of my house, I made a video, I said, Amy's gone. I was glad she's gone. That's what's really going on. Brother Theo said I have a thick skin, and I do. I don't let things get to me that much. I don't get mad about stuff very much. It is irritating that this woman goes, and she says, like on this video, I'm giving you new evidence. No, you just tripped right back over the same old claptrap that you've done in all the other videos, and you'll rip this video down eventually, and you'll say that Robert hacked you, or somebody sent you a picture with a hack in it, or something like. No, when you realize you made mistakes, you pull them down. Okay? That's what you do, Amy. That's what you do. And one more final note that I would like to say. Someone took a cell phone or a camera, raised it up at a public library, and took a picture of Amy Sherone. I have seen Amy Sherone in person, and I'm telling you right now that picture is pretty accurate. The other thing is, the other day when she was showing her famous bruises from the attack and everything, she brought the camera down and showed her legs. But Amy, you didn't turn the fat filter on. We saw your legs as they truly are. And we saw every time, you always have your collar up like this to hide that chin. You always do like this, and I'm not wearing any makeup or anything like that and everything. Okay, but you are in excess of 150 pounds, I'm sure. You are a tall, big woman. You do have big legs. We saw it, Amy. It was on your video. Okay? So, we're playing whack-a-mole again. I am tired today. I worked late last night and I'll be working late again tonight. Y'all enjoy.
Get your phone out of my face!